Here's an idea. Don't come here then. We're not coming to the US. Actually, many Canadians aren't coming to the US. Tourism to the US from Canada has reached COVID levels. This is a photo that someone took of Toronto Pearson Airport during March break this year. March break is like spring break in Ontario. This is the US departure section, by the way. It's empty, completely empty. Normally during March break, this would be absolutely full. It would be packed because you'd have a ton of people going to Florida, Disney World, other warmer states as well. Yeah, nobody's going to the States. I mean, people are going to the States, but not as many as usual.
Dead silent. During March break, the 1 week the terminal looks like a concert venue, and it's just nothing. No lines, no families dragging strollers, no Florida-bound grandparents, just empty floors. Canada didn't need a speech or a press conference. They just stopped showing up. And honestly, that empty terminal says more than any politician ever could.
Hey, TikTok world. I got a question for everybody. And I don't know. I need an answer. Are the Make America Great hats made in China? I think they are. They're not. I know they're made in Bangladesh. They're not made in America. I would really support a bill that would say all American flags that are sold in the United States of America are made in the United States of America. I know a lot of businesses sell Chinese flags. Trump, why don't you do something about this?
Now hold on. The hat, the one people wear to rallies, to airports, to other countries. Made in China or Bangladesh, not in America. The merchandise of America first. Manufactured somewhere else for cheaper. That's not just irony. That's the entire contradiction of the movement sitting right there on your head.
Let me tell you something, MAGA. It's you against the world. You won't win in Jamaica. You won't win in Sweden. You won't win in Japan. You won't win in South Korea. You won't win in China. Okay? Because they just signed a new trade deal. China, Japan, South Korea, they just signed a new trade deal. So you definitely won't win there. You will not win in Canada. You won't win in Mexico. You won't win in Colombia. You won't win in Barbados. You won't win in Australia. MAGA, your only win is in America. So it's you against the world. You get it?
He didn't yell it, didn't perform it, just listed it, country by country, like a doctor reading results out loud. Jamaica, Sweden, Japan, South Korea, China, Canada, Mexico, Colombia, Barbados, France, Denmark, Malaysia, England. All of them. And what makes this hit so different is the calm. Because when someone's calm while delivering bad news, they've already accepted it. The diagnosis is in. The results aren't good.
That's your only win, is in America. And your presidential powers stops at the shorelines of the United States of America. The rest of the world is not rocking with your shit. They're just not. You won't win in Ireland. You won't win in Scotland. You won't win in Italy. Speaking of Italy, look what they did to Tesla in Rome, Italy. Look what they did to Tesla in Stockholm, Sweden, just yesterday. What are you going to do about it? You see what those people over there are doing to Tesla? What are you going to do about it? So your presidential powers stop at the shorelines of the United States of America. Because it's clear to me that the rest of the world is not rocking with MAGA. You stop in the shorelines of America. You're confined to the USA.
Tesla getting physically destroyed on the streets of Rome and Stockholm? That's not a tweet. That's not a comment section. That's boots on ground rejection. People in other countries are so done with this energy that they're taking it out on property. Now you can debate whether that's right or wrong, but you cannot debate what it communicates. The brand damage is real, the message is real, and no executive order fixes what's happening on those streets.
You cannot win in no Caribbean country. You won't win in South America. You won't win in the French Polynesian island. You won't win in France. You won't win in Denmark. You won't win in Ireland. Okay? You won't win in Guyana. You won't win in Suriname. You won't win nowhere. You can't. You're confined to America. That's it. So it's you against the world. You're seeing it now? MAGA versus the world. That's it. Nowhere in Southeast Asia, you will never win. Malaysia, nowhere. You see what the European Union is doing? You won't win in England. Did I say England? You will never win in England, MAGA. You just won't. Because they're not rocking with your level of hatred. They're not rocking with you. Okay? So you're by yourself in America. That's it. That's all you got. Nowhere else on earth is dealing with your shit. Okay? Now, peace.
You know what I was thinking China should do if they really want to escalate this trade thing with Trump? They should just say, like, nobody in this country of China can produce any more shitty Trump merchandise. Right? Because all the MAGA stuff, all the hats and t-shirts and watches and all that bullshit says made in China on it. Just stop making all that shit. He'll have to produce it in the U.S. That's his own logic.
China could pull the plug tomorrow, flip one switch, and the entire mega merchandise supply chain just stops. No hats, no shirts, no flags, nothing. And then what? Produce it domestically? Cool, now that hat costs $50 and takes 4 months. There's a reason it was outsourced in the first place. You can't build an identity around economic nationalism, using the economics of the people you're nationalizing against.
Canada said no to helping America, and in my opinion, Canada is one of the best countries in the world. So why can't we just say no? Why can't Australia be like, you know what, I got something on that day, I got to ride kangaroos and shit, you know how it is. Like, why can't Australia say no to America as well? It's not our circus. I'm so scared. Why can't we just say no?
And without hesitation, I just yelled, your hat fucking sucks. MAGA fucking sucks. And then just like scattered like a little cockroach as they are with my voice, booing him as he went off into the fucking darkness where he belongs.
Scattered like a cockroach. She said it so casually too. But here's the real point under the funny MAGA energy needs an audience. It runs on crowd validation. Take that away, put it on foreign soil where nobody's clapping, and it just shrinks. It doesn't travel. The ideology is built for a specific room. Outside that room, it's just noise.
To this creator and everyone out there that is doing something similar around the world, this American wants to say thank you. Thank you so much. Because no matter how much we try to talk to friends, family, neighbors, strangers, or we post on here, as soon as you say something that is remotely negative about the orange clown sitting in the Oval Office right now, they completely shut down, write you off, and you're not going to get anywhere with them. And I just think about how when we are trying to teach our children something, and when they hear it from their parents, you know, we're just not going to believe you. That's just not how it is. But it takes teachers or a boss or maybe even their friend's parent to be able to say something and they're like, oh, maybe this is true. Maybe this is real. The more people, especially people that don't live in the United States of America, are saying things to them, booing them, pointing out how ridiculous they are to believe these things, how it has been in front of them this whole time, if they would take any time, show any interest in actually knowing what our president is talking about, it helps. It helps so much, and thank you.
This one actually cuts deep because she's describing something real. When you're inside the bubble trying to reach people, it's like talking to a wall. But the second someone from outside says the same thing, it lands completely differently. It's the same reason your parents couldn't teach you half the lessons a stranger did. Distance gives credibility. The world speaking up isn't interference for a lot of Americans right now. It's the only voice getting through.
Big W had MAGA hats listed on their website just briefly. I think they've already been taken down, but the woke left are losing their shit over it. Check out some of these comments. This one's from the Peninsula Mama. I saw someone wearing one of these at the supermarket. My inside's completely twisted. Safe to say I pulled my kids closer. Are you insane? Forget about the fact that Big W is literally full of items made using slave labor. They've been busted for this multiple times. The thing you want to have a problem with is a MAGA hat. And then there's this classic comment, is America great yet? Yeah, it kind of is actually. Like, you're literally making these comments on social media, which is invented by an American, on an iPhone, American invention, over the internet, American invention. America is by far the most innovative country, whether it's medical, technology, music, culture, TV. If you don't realize that, then you're kidding yourself. I mean, Australia is amazing too. I think Australia is the best country in the world, but you cannot deny the contribution that America has made to this world. It's amazing. And yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's crazy. I haven't seen anything like that. Everyone that I've met has been happy to be here and are pretty respectful. But I do see and hear things online, and it's crazy. If this is real, it's crazy. How do you go to a different country and act like you're superior? But I think sometimes some US citizens, some people that were born in the US and lived there for a long time, have this complex that they think they're more smarter and more powerful than everyone else in the world. And most of those people have never traveled in their life. And they probably just come to Mexico because it's the closest. Uh, I can't tell you. It's just crazy how people think these days, and I don't get it. I don't get it. It's just baffling. I'm sorry that you've been treated this way, but don't group those people. It just takes one bad apple to ruin the bunch. Don't let that happen, please.
Yeah, I just listened to this podcast and I was dying laughing in this car. So on the podcast, she said, for all you MAGA supporters and for all you, you know what I'm saying, carrying AK-45 and stuff like that don't like any other race, basically stay out of the Mexican restaurants because y'all know y'all be going there. Y'all want them to serve y'all margaritas, your guacamole, but you don't care for these people, right? Stay out of the Chinese restaurants and the Indian restaurants, stay out of them. But then what had me dying was she said, take your fat ass to Cracker Barrel. And the reason why I'm laughing because I used to serve tables at Cracker Barrel, and the people that came in there announcing that look, I'm trying to remember, like, damn, they do resemble Trump supporters. She was like, eat your biscuits and cornbread, eat your apple butter. Y'all, what is apple butter? Like, exactly what is apple butter? Because when I worked there, I never liked the stuff. And people used to be like, let me get some apple butter. And I'd be like, ew. I taste it tastes like applesauce to me. But I don't know. They seem to love it. Like, what is apple butter made of? I don't know. But yeah, so I was just like, damn, when I serve table, as soon as they sit down, can we get our biscuits and cornbread and some apple butter? And one last thing, stop going to Mexico with those MAGA gear on, MAGA hat, like, why are you even there? You want them out of your country that you think this is your country, but then you want to go to their country and wear that ridiculous stuff? Like, no, stay here, because your country is so great and so number one. Stay right here. Do not go over there across the sea and go try to vacation, okay?
Your country is so great. Stay right there, said with the softest, most polite sarcasm I've ever heard. But she's putting her finger on the actual contradiction. You cannot spend years saying outsiders aren't welcome, that your country is untouchable, and then pack a bag, book a resort in someone else's country, wear the hat, and expect a warm reception. You communicated exactly what you think of the world. The world just believed you.
Whew, that is my laugh for the day, y'all. Let me get back to work.
I just want to say this. Grifting off of MAGA has to be the easiest thing you can do on social media in order to make some money, because all you have to do is agree with the motherfuckers in regards to anything that Trump does, and they'll support you, especially if you somebody of color, because they want that black or Latino or Asian validation that they not racist, even when they know they racist. You know? I just wanted to say that, because a lot of them motherfuckers think that everybody else is stupid enough not to see what the fuck that they do. But we see that shit.
MAGA ahora aplica a nivel internacional. La Embajada de los Estados Unidos en España hace que sus proveedores firmen que no van a tener productos con políticas woke, progresistas, que no van a violar las políticas de los Estados Unidos respecto a la diversidad, equidad e inclusión. Es decir, ya no solo aplica dentro de los Estados Unidos, sino también a nivel internacional. Si bien las embajadas son territorio de su propio país, es algo que requiere a quienes le entregan productos allí, es decir, en España. En un país gobernado por el Partido Socialista, con leyes cada vez más progres, que incluso llegan al punto de lo absurdo, pues premian la delincuencia y castigan a los ciudadanos de bien. Pero ahora tendrán un freno con el sello MAGA.
Who knew that tariff equality was going to make everyone in the world angry at America? But maybe that's the point. This week, Trump dropped massive reciprocal tariffs, 54% on China, 24% on Japan, 20% on the EU, and everyone else got at least 10%. Canada's furious. China's threatening retaliation. The EU says America's isolating itself. And Trudeau, he said, we will never be the 51st state. That's how personal it's getting. But here's the truth no one is saying. For decades, America has been on the losing end of global trade. We've been out-tariffed, undercut, and sold out by leaders who care more about the global approval than American jobs, and you can see it already. Now that MAGA is flipping the script, the world is calling it a crisis. I haven't seen so many crybabies. These tariffs aren't about isolation, they're about respect. If you tax our goods, we tax yours. It's not revenge, it's balance. And while global elites cry injustice, working class Americans are finally seeing policies that put them first. Jobs protected, manufacturing returning, leverage restored. Look, of course the world is upset when you've been winning off someone else's weakness. You don't like when they get strong again. So yeah, it's America versus the world right now. But if you're on board with getting America back on track, make sure to follow for more, because this isn't about making friends, it's about making things fair again.
Fair again. 54% on China, 24% on Japan, 20% on the EU. If that's your definition of balance, the other side of the scale just left the building. Canada's pulling away. The EU is rerouting. New alliances are forming that specifically exclude the US. And here's what nobody's saying out loud. You can be right that the old system was unfair, and still be wrong about how to fix it. Breaking a bad deal by blowing up the table doesn't make you a winner. It just makes you alone.
I think I might need your help, y'all. Fam, I need your help. So this is my second video pertaining to this issue. 4 days ago, I was discriminated against because of my MAGA hat. Two black front desk clerks, they refused to serve me because they did not like the fact that I wore a MAGA hat, and they blatantly refused to serve me. I was discriminated against. I was made to feel like I was less than a human being. They made me feel like trash. And this is from two people that look like me. This is this was not done by any white supremacist, any extremist. No, this was done by people who look like me. And I don't know, I just can't let this shit go. I already spoke to management about it. The manager that I spoke to, he was very, very understanding. He was very embarrassed about the whole ordeal. They did comp me a night that they made me not pay. And I told the story about Tina, who was just not having it. And thank God for her. But I feel like this is a situation that needs some attention. We've had stories where people have been discriminated against because of their race, because of their religious affiliation. But for the fact that you've been discriminated against because you're wearing a MAGA hat, I think that needs more traction. I don't think this is right for anybody in 2025 in America right now. You know, for us to be going through this, for anybody, any American to have to go through that just because of your hat, you get discriminated against? No. So what do you think I should do, y'all? I haven't yet gone to corporate, but my heart is like, I feel like I want to take this to corporate. The hotel in question was the Hilton. It was the Hilton Hotel at the Netherland Plaza in Cincinnati, Ohio. That's where this incident happened on March 31st, 2025, 4 days ago. And I'm not taking away from Tina. I'm not taking away from Ashley. I'm not taking away from the manager, Tom. Those people are great. But these two individuals, I feel like they need to be made an example of. For me to be discriminated against because of me wearing a MAGA hat, to be made to feel less than a human being, it's just not right. What should I do, y'all? Should I take this to corporate? Should I take this matter further? How would you handle that situation? I want to ask you, fam, how would you handle that situation? You being discriminated against because of your political affiliation and the fact that you are wearing a MAGA hat. How would you handle this? Because to me, I feel like this is a situation that should not be taken lightly. But you tell me, how would you handle this? I need your help, y'all. What would you do?
So here's the actual takeaway. The world didn't turn against America. It turned against a specific version of it. One that says we don't need you, then wonders why the seats are empty, the deals are signed elsewhere, and the cars are burning in the streets of Rome. You can be proud of your country. You can want better for it. Those are good things, but there's a massive difference between strength and burning every bridge than calling the water your enemy. The globe is reorganizing right now. New deals, new alliances, new supply chains, and America's sitting at the end of the table, arguing about who owes who an apology. Is this fixable? Maybe, but not by pointing outward. Drop a comment. Do you think the world is overreacting, or is this exactly what happens when you tell everyone you don't need them? Like, subscribe, and share this with someone still figuring out why the airports are empty. This is Mind Mirror. We'll see you next time.